when Mallory was a freshman at Ohio Dominican, she came back to Northwestern for a day during her fall break. And of course, I said, how was college? How's math class? How's everything going? And then, of course, I said, did you meet any boys? And she's like, well, kind of, but not really. And I said, well, tell me who the not really is. And she said, it's this boy named Billy Tecklenburg. And I was like, oh. And he was a math guy and all kinds of fun stuff. And so I said, is Billy from Troy? And she said, yeah. And I said, is Billy Catholic? And she said, yeah. And I said, I'm pretty sure that my mom was his kindergarten teacher. And she goes, oh my gosh, no way. And I said, you're going to marry him. And she said, oh no, we're just friends, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you're going to marry him. So I knew it from the very start, the first day she ever told me who he was and how we had this strange connection between all of us. I knew that this day was coming.
Yes, I feel you all the time. You're in my dreams all through the night. If you look down and your hands are tied, say the word love and I'll be by your side. And all that you are, I see in your eyes. And honestly, love, I give you my life, a beautiful life. This is a declaration, a bearing of my soul. Let's have a conversation that nobody ever holds. It gets so complicated. Still I know you are the best thing. You are the best thing. You are gold.
I met Mallory when she was in the 8th grade. She was in my 0 period Algebra 1 class. She was crazy and funny, and the class was amazing and fun. And we used to have Silly Song Friday where they would get up and sing songs before we would learn math and about SOHCAHTOA and all the other algebra stuff. I loved all of those girls immediately.
When I first met Mallory, we had to have been only 5 years old. We were just in kindergarten in Mrs. Nichols' class. And what I remember about her is how stinking smart she was. She's still very smart. But I just remember she was the smartest kid in our class by far. Billy, on the other hand, I think it took me a while to actually meet him. The first conversation we ever had was over Skype. He and Mallory Skyped me, and I was in my freshman dorm room, and I think Billy was a little drunk, but I just remember thinking, you know, who is this kid? Why is he hanging out with my best friend? But I totally understand why now. Such a great guy.
So I've known Mallory like forever. We were always partners in crime, always trying to change the world and run Northwestern. But I remember when she first went to Ohio Dominican, she started talking about this boy named Billy. Oh, how great he was, how tall he was, how good looking he was. And then I met Billy, and I was like, Mallory, you don't have a chance. That guy is way too far out of your league. And eventually, you know I'm kidding, Mallory.
Figured it was fitting to start out while I'm driving, because that's what Tech and I's relationship was a lot of the time. We both spent a lot of time in the car, driving to different baseball events. And the first time I met Mal, actually, we were coming back from Nashville together from working Vanderbilt's baseball camp. And the thing I remember most was just the excitement. I was excited, but I was mostly excited because you could tell Tech was excited. I like to think that Tech and I have a pretty good relationship, and you could tell it meant a lot to him for me to finally meet Mal.
So I was actually lucky enough to have Billy and Mallory both be my RAs my senior year at Ohio Dominican. And throughout the school year, it became evident that my goal of the year was not to graduate college, but to bring these two together as an official couple. And I mean, as you can see today, I succeeded. So you're welcome, guys.
Call me crazy, but I don't mind. Johnny Cash did. I'll walk the line. You found me right on time. And all that you are, I see in your eyes. And honestly, love, I give you my life, beautiful life.
I definitely knew she was the one after we had spent some time together that very first night that I met her. Just seeing the way kind of they giggled around each other and the way they acted around each other, I knew she was something special.
So I knew that Billy was the one for Mallory right when they first started dating. There was just a natural twinkle in her eye. She got all giddy. They just seemed very, very happy in a way that Mallory had never been with any other person she had dated. So it just made sense. And then I met Billy and I approved. And so then I knew for sure he was the one.
So I knew that Billy was the one for Mallory. After my parents' anniversary, we all went to the Clippers game, and then we went to a bar called Betty's Bar, and Mallory was just so happy and she was glowing. I've never seen her that happy, and I just knew right then that he was definitely the one.
So I knew Billy was the one for Mallory before they had even started dating, but actually found out that Mallory really was the one for Billy during our senior bar crawl 5 years ago. I'm not sure if he remembers having that conversation or not, but it went sort of like, she's going to be Mrs. Tecklenburg, there's going to be a ring on her finger. So I immediately texted Mallory's mom saying, Billy's in love, I'm in the bridal party, it's going to be awesome. End of story.
This is a declaration, a bearing of my soul. Let's have the conversation that nobody ever holds. Gets so complicated, still I know you are the best thing. You are the best thing. You are gold, gold, gold.
On campus, right next to the finish line where Mallory won the NDSU 2016 Fall Homecoming 5K. Tech, you are marrying a superstar.
My favorite thing about Mallory and Billiam, probably just how they always act like a married couple even before today.
My favorite thing about Billy and Mallory together is really just seeing them give each other kind of crap and give each other a hard time. Because one of my favorite things is giving Billy a hard time, and whenever I can have a partner or someone doing that with me, just makes it all the more fun.
I guess it's that they both help balance each other in the fact where Mama can kind of get stressed and overwhelmed, so he helps calm her down because he's more, calm and chill, but Mama sometimes has to pull the reins back on his behavior, if you know what I mean.
My favorite thing about Billy and Mallory together is just seeing how they interact with one another. They both have personalities that complement each other very well, and you can see the love that they have for one another when you're in the same room with them, even when Billy's trying to be funny.
Our favorite thing about Billy and Mallory is how happy they are together. You never see Billy smile so big or Mallory laugh so hard as when they're with each other.
Favorite thing about Mallory is our mutual love for office supplies. We love pens and pencils and colored markers and all kinds of things. Like if I see something really cool at Staples, she's usually the first person that I tell that she has to get this new grading pen or something like that. So totally our mutual love of office supplies. And my favorite thing about Billery, which is their joint name now, we just created that. I don't know if they had one before, but they are now Billery. My favorite thing about Billery is just that they take time out of their life to stay part of my family. I'm gonna cry. Every Christmas, they come over to my house, bring presents for my girls, play games with my girls, and I just love them. So there you go, Billery.
I think my favorite thing about Mallory and Billy is their story. For years, they were just friends, kind of loved each other from a distance, didn't want to be the first one to admit it. We're always in other relationships at the wrong times, it just wasn't the right time for them yet, and now they have it. Now they have their happy ever after, and it took a little time, but it worked out for them, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
This is a declaration, bearing of my soul. Let's have the conversation that nobody ever holds. It gets so complicated, still I know you are the best thing. 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 Go.
Happy wedding day, Teck and Mallory. If you guys are watching this, congrats, Teck. Mallory was crazy enough to go through this day with you. But in all seriousness, I'm really proud to be friends with such genuine people and really honored to be a part of your special day. I wish you guys the best, and I can't wait to see where life takes you guys. I can't think of two more deserving people for a lifetime of happiness and love. Love you guys.
I hope you two have all the best in your future. Many happy trips to the Container Store, many days filled with mama kits, delicious homemade cookies, and many happy days of loving each other and loving the life you've built together.
My final wedding day wishes are just for you guys to have a happy life. Remember that forgiveness is part of marriage. You have to work hard to make it successful. It's not easy. Boys are a pain in the butt, Mallory, and they smell sometimes, but it's okay. We love them anyway, and I just wish you guys nothing but the best, and I just hope you know that I'm always here for anything and everything, and I love you both. Sugar, come here. Happy wedding. Happy wedding!
Billy and Mallory, I love you guys both so much. You guys mean the world to me, and it's been a blessing to see this journey start from scratch and to where you are today, and I'm so excited to see you guys in this next chapter of your lives.
Mallory and Billy, my wish for you is that you fall more in love with each other every day, that you continue to be each other's support and best friend and just partner through life, and know that I am always here for you both whenever you need it. I love you guys.
I wish them lots of love, and I hope they have an amazing day, and welcome to the family, Billy.
We wish you guys the best and many, many years of happiness, and we are ready for you to have little babies to play with Lily.
I'm so glad that Mallory and Billy have met each other and are getting married today. We wish you the best of luck in your marriage. So here's to Billy and Mallory. We hope you have a fun and fabulous honeymoon. And Isaac is so excited for you to come back, and he wants a best friend. So better get on top of that.
Yes, I feel you all the time. You're in my dreams all